back. In the wonderful new movie Wild Mountain Thyme, Emily Blunt plays a headstrong Irish farmer in love with the farmer next door. But like a lot of men, it takes him, you know, some time to figure it out. Take a look.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
What are you doing out there?
Fishing.
That was fishing?
Yeah.
Without a rod? Who were you talking to?
Wasn't talking.
You left to be talking, then swatting, then you jumped in.
I did not. It's a Kelly's to jump in. I'm O'Reilly.
You're O'Reilly.
What are you doing down by the river?
What I've been doing after this one.
Oh, you're not still from the night before.
I am.
Well, God in heaven, you look the worst for it.
Well, thanks much. You don't look perfect yourself.
Please welcome back the fabulous Emily Blunt. Good morning, Emily Blunt.
Hi.
Welcome back to The View.
Hi,
and
everyone.
Joy has the first question.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, Emily. So I hear that you and your husband, John Krasinski, have been doing lots of cooking and binge watching in quarantine, and that you were obsessed with one show in particular. What was it?
Is it The Crown? And is it the one you like? Do you love The Crown as much as me?
I do. I do.
I love it. We kind of mainlined The Crown. We watched it in about 3 nights. And then you're sort of bereft at the end of it, kind of wondering how life can go on without your favorite show. I think that's what quarantine has taught us, is how much we cling and white knuckle it to these shows. You know what I mean?
I know. I can't believe I have to wait another year for the next one to come with the whole different queen and the whole bit. But, you know, here's the thing. And I mean, what I do is I'll go back to series 1 now and watch the whole thing all over again because I love it that much.
Yeah.
But The Crown has faced some serious backlash in the UK over its depiction of the royal family. And Netflix has declined to put a disclaimer that the show is partly a work of fiction. Now, you're British. Do you have any feelings about that at all? Or do you feel that it is obvious?
I mean, to me, it's probably obvious because who really knows what goes on behind closed doors? And, you know, they are so private and so discreet. So I think that, you know, I would probably be terrified if someone did a biopic about me because, you know, you understand that there's a lot of creative license that's at play. But I mean, I wonder if the royal family even watch it. Do you think they watch it? I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think they would.
Oh, they watch it.
Yeah.
I bet they watch it. I bet they watch it. I bet they watch The Queen. I bet they watch all of it.
Emily, you and John also kept busy during the pandemic when he created the amazing web series called Some Good News, which offered up positive, feel-good moments in an otherwise big bummer of a year, including reunions with the cast of The Office and Broadway's Hamilton. The series racked up 72 million views. Were you surprised it was such a hit? And what was it like filming all that in your home?
I mean, you know, John sort of wanted to do SGN for a really long time. And I think when the pandemic hit, it just seemed like there was no better moment for it. And so his previous vision for it was like a big, you know, glossy show, a feel-good show. But actually this sort of makeshift lo-fi version of it, of just him in his office, was very humanizing. And I think that, and really I just have to speak for him, you know, because no one knows, but he was doing everything, like from the moment his eyes opened till the moment his eyes closed. Like he was hanging the prom decorations and making the calls and begging people to come on the show. It was just mad. And I think it started off as a sweet idea and it turned into this wild horse in our house that was just, it was mad. I mean, it was so rewarding. And I don't think he was quite prepared for how much people really clung to it and how positive it was.
Wow. Well, Emily, your new movie, Wild Mountain Thyme, has such an incredible cast. There's you, Jamie Dornan, John Hamm, and Christopher Walken, and a beautiful, gorgeous setting in Ireland. I mean, I love farming, so you had me at the title. But what you said you wanted to do with this film, or you said you wanted to do this film because it was a little left of center. I know what that means because I watched it. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think, you know, often a lot of films are made that are really derivative of other films. And so I just am always on the lookout for something really unique. And I think this had this off-kilter feeling to it. It's like a breath of fresh air when you get to read something like that. And I also really appreciated that it was a romance that was filled with awkwardness and sort of humanity, and that none of the characters were these curated romantic leads where they have the perfectly witty thing to say and they're very front-footed and self-aware. Like, they're completely mad and weird, and I just dug it. I thought it was so poetic and beautiful.
Yeah, really beautiful. And you're actually, I learned, allergic to farm animals. How did that work, being around them all day on set? Because there are a lot of animals.
Well, I mean, Jamie Dornan and I are both wildly allergic to farm animals. So I feel like any scenes that we were with the animals, we were like dozily wandering around on too much Benadryl. We were like antihistamine up to our eyeballs at all points. And so there was this scene that I had where I'm holding the horse and I'm talking to Jamie, and I noticed this sort of rogue eyebrow hair dropping down right before his close-up. So I said, "Oh, I'll just fix your eyebrow for you." And then within moments, his whole face had just turned into just like red monobrow of hives. And no amount of antihistamines could actually solve Jamie's hiving problem around horses. It was absurd that we're playing farmers and we're wildly allergic to anything to do with a farm.
Well, it kind of suits your left of center messaging. It was very real and very much a reflection of humanity. But I hear that your daughters, Hazel, who's 6, and Violet, who's 4, loved visiting the set in Ireland, and that they even took falconry lessons. What was that like?
It was incredible. We stayed at this hotel called the Mount Falcon Estate, and it was really such a welcoming, wonderful. The Irish are just the best. They're just the nicest people. So they really welcomed this cast with open arms. And they literally had like kestrels and falcons and owls that they could fly to you, and you could feed them bits of old mouse and stuff. I mean, it was kind of awful to have to see these little bits of chick and mouse. It was really sad. And at one point, my 6-year-old was like, "Is that a foot?" And I was like, "Don't even look at it." Just like a little claw. It was so awful. But yes, and John Hamm came along for the ride. He came and joined us falconing. It was there he is. There he is.
Oh, wow. Well,
yeah,
they are predators, so. But let me ask you this, Emily. They are predators. The horror film you and John did together in 2018, A Quiet Place, was a huge hit. I don't particularly like scary movies. That one I loved. People are super excited for the sequel. I know Sarah is, which was supposed to come out in theaters in March, but it got pushed to next year because of the pandemic. Are you worried about the future of these big blockbusters and how people will consume movies going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a bit of a nostalgic traditionalist when it comes to wanting people to enjoy films in the theater. I think that there's something really powerful and necessary about exhibition, about sitting in the dark with strangers and watching something like that. And especially a film like Quiet Place, which is really built for a movie-going experience with the sound and everything. So I do feel concerned. I do feel worried, but I don't think that they will ever die. I just think the experience and what happens to theaters may dilute a bit. I think it will take a while to recover, but I just believe that people are going to want to go back when it's safe. I think that we just have to surrender to waiting it out a bit longer.
I'll be back, Emily.
That's it. That's the truth.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
we know you. We know you will. And Emily, movies are forever. Once the pandemic shuts itself away, then we'll go back to watching films the way that they're meant to be watched, on big screens, and we'll always have big movies, I believe. Anywho, Wild Mountain Time. No, we'll always have them. We'll always have them. People will put sheets up in the yard that you're never going to make film go away. It's always going to be with us. So Wild Mountain Time will be in the theaters and on demand tomorrow.